The SU-47 Berkut update in War Tycoon is finally here, and a lot of people are not happy about it. Some people are mad because it's another limited quantity vehicle. Some people are mad because they think it's overpriced, and we're going to be checking out all of it today. Me personally, I have not used it very much yet, so I don't have much of an opinion on it. So instead, I'm going to be reacting to other people's opinions. Let's do this. So this first round of opinions comes from a video I put out the other day called What War Tycoon Could Learn from Military Tycoon. Yes, really. To quickly summarize that one, that was basically me talking about how they could do these super duper cool vehicles a lot better than just throwing them out limited quantity. And it's also worth noting I released this video before the actual update came out, so a lot of these are like speculation comments and stuff like that. But with that said, let's check out our first hot take from that video from the legendary Lordblox himself, who says, "The amount of weapons this has is 100% scary. However, I did notice with the last 4 limiteds is that they have been really balanced and just in general pay-to-play vehicles, which do not really give you any advantages. I'm going to predict that this one will have lots of weapons but weak damages, which would make this vehicle a strength in numbers rather than strength in stats." Good call right there, Lordblox. He was pretty spot on about this one. This one feels a lot like the Independence X, which he called like a jack of all trades but a master of none. This feels like that, but in the sky. And then he also goes on to say, events would also be cool, but the issue with them is they only bring players for a few minutes, and then people just leave, which sends negative signals to the Roblox algorithm. And I do kind of see where he's getting at there. Like, I'm sure they don't want to fall out of favor with the algorithm, but also, like, with the F-35, that one was a huge pain in the butt to get. You were not getting that F-35 in just a few minutes. But for something like, I guess, like, some of these games do like the UGC stuff, I can see maybe that being, like, bad for the algorithm. But let's jump on over to the next comment from Matthias Figueroa. I hope I said that right. So he's got a timestamp here, 3:41. It's possible to kill a pilot by climbing into the cockpit. And so what he's referring to there is at one point in the video, I mentioned how like the Independence X and even the Zoom Walk can be countered because people can jump out of a, usually it's a DeLorean for me. They jump out, they board your ship, and they come shoot you in the captain's room. And then I went on to say, I've never had that happen with a jet. I've never had anyone jump out of another jet, land on my jet, shoot me, and then hijack my jet. This man says it's almost impossible, but he managed it alone because the target was a person with a helicopter using a device that allows me to jump over the base. And then he says, I ended up an Entrean cat. I'm a phone guy. So the original comment was in Spanish. I use a little Google Translate thing here to try to read it. I don't think it all went through like how he meant it to, but nonetheless, that's pretty cool. If you were able to hijack even a helicopter, even that's still pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, dude. Then we got Orion here with the epic Star Wars reference. He says, you were the chosen one. It was said you would destroy the Sith, not join them, that you would bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. You were my brother, War Tycoon. I know, that's what it feels like. It really feels like we're being betrayed. Like, not hardcore. Like, every time War Tycoon does something controversial, I just go play Military Tycoon and remember, oh yeah, it could be worse. And I've seen a lot of these comments right here. I'm sure you have too. Squissy Boy and Gramqua, both talking about how Gizmo's got to get that next McLaren. Like, yeah, we're all funding the McLaren fund here. Solid prediction from No right here, who said the fact that they sell 15,000 copies, 2x more than Independence X, could mean that it's going to be a lot less expensive. Yeah, the Independence X is like $24.99 Robux, and then this one's $14.99 Robux. So like they chopped 1,000 Robux off the price of it. So at least they were kind of telling the truth when they said they're still experimenting with the pricing and stuff. So I guess we'll see how this goes with next month's whatever they release. All right, Sop here says the SU-47 image looks like it's come from Military Tycoon. So let's just take a look at this right quick. This is the one from War Tycoon. It looks detailed. Like they did something with it. In this image, it almost looks real. It looks like almost out of War Thunder, actually. That's how realistic this looks. And then we're just going to take a quick look at one of these from Military Tycoon. Yeah, I see the resemblance here. Hold up. I kind of see it. Yeah, it's actually pretty close. You're not wrong, Stop. I see it. I see what you're saying there. Waffles over here says limiteds are so dumb in any game because it uses the fear of missing out to make you buy it as soon as you can. L update in my opinion. And like I totally agree with this. The FOMO is definitely real, but for me it's like at first it was like, you know, it's not so much that like I don't want to miss out, but it's like I got to arm myself to protect myself from the people who do buy this. Like, I gotta go and buy these overpriced jets before this guy does. So if he comes and tries to attack me with the overpriced jet, then I have an overpriced jet to defend myself with. Luckily, and you've probably seen a lot of comments like these talking about how, like, it's overpriced, it's it's an okay jet, but it's really not worth the price. So, like, I think we're good there on that front. But yes, it does suck that they're going the FOMO tactics here. I agree there, Waffles. And then probably the most wholesome comment out of all of these, Northsire Serpent 2.0 says, yo, new tank! Like, he's just completely skipping over the limited quantity drama and going, yeah, new tank! Love to see it. And then jumping over to one of Lordblox's videos on the update. First of all, can someone tell me why he's been dressed up as IShowSpeed lately? Like, I've seen it. Like, did he kidnap IShowSpeed? Did IShowSpeed hack him? Like, what is going on here? Is there lore behind this? I need to know. Game Theory, we got your next video right here. But anyways, one of the comments on that video said, Golden F-35 and War Tycoon? Nah, we'll be getting an F-35 with automatic railguns. Not gonna lie, that would be cool, but please don't, because I don't want to get my base destroyed constantly. Just leave that kind of thing in Military Tycoon, please. And then I've also been seeing a lot of comments like this. Delphinekic4 says, yeah, Gizmo, good luck getting me back on the game. Yeah, a lot of people really don't like this. Like, what I'm kind of worried about is, yes, they're making a lot of money because they sold out of the Independence X's, I'm pretty sure, and they're doing a good job of selling out on the SU-47s this time around. So they're making money, but like, I wonder if it's gonna damage their player count long term. Like, right now, there's really no alternative to War Tycoon on Roblox. Military Tycoon kind of nuked their own game, and like War Tycoon's just way ahead of everyone else. Usually, if you do see someone talk about quitting War Tycoon, usually they're talking about going to War Thunder, and that one's not even on Roblox. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of these comments, and it's kind of concerning. And then this rich guy right here says, guys, at least this isn't fictional. It doesn't cost that much. So Stan here replies, yeah, guys, at least I can milk more money. Like, yeah, looking at the bright side there. Good job, Stan. All right, then right here from Destroyer 9020's video about the update, this guy Nazareth 1039 says, dues of War Tycoon, I hate you. Like, this guy just went all out on the dues. I hope they're looking at this because he's upset. And then from Spakel Ops 1's video, Angie Ska Humphreys NC2LW says, hey, can you please gift me one of the new plane? My username is Preston200Z. Please, I never want a giveaway. And then American Freedom here says, he isn't going to give you a $20 virtual plane. Just goes and crushes their dreams right away. Well, actually, an hour later, Mr. Preston here gets his dreams crushed by American Freedom. Sad to see. 07, man. And then on Liquet Gaming's video, another Spanish comment, IKR says, it's too bad they're making everything pay as you go. Before, the only paid vehicles were the most broken ones, and now they're asking you to pay more just for exclusivity. And that's so true. Like, that's the main part of it. That's why the price is marked up so much. I feel like it's because they know people are going to take this, like, some people are going to take this right over to the trading hub and see how many medals they can get out of it. That's probably what's inflating the price a lot. Because, like, for the vehicle alone, it's clearly not worth it. You've seen it from everyone else. Yeah, that's literally what you're paying for is exclusivity. Well said there, IKR. And then as far as my personal thoughts on the SU-47, I didn't get a lot of time to try it out because I did it on stream and everyone kept blowing me up. But I did get to try out the bombs a little bit, and yeah, I agree that it's got a lot of weapons on it, but like I dropped both of the bombs and both of the incendiary bombs on someone's shield, and it got it kind of far down, but it didn't completely take it out. I think with like the F-35, which does cost 500 more Robux than this one, you can get it all the way down or like really close with just the bombs. Like for me, the coolest thing about it was the turn speed. I do like the turn speed on it because I was like whipping around and like I got a few kills with it. I don't usually get any kills with jets because I suck at War Tycoon, but I had fun with it. For 1,500 Robux, not really, but like if we don't factor in price, I think it's not bad. But if we do, like, you've got plenty of other options here. If you want to check out my initial video talking about the update, you can check that out right here. And I'm also going to drop links to the videos whose comments I reacted to down in the description if you want to check those out too, get their takes on the new update. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the update and have yourself an awesome day.